Let's make a 2-watch travel roll that you can make using the free pattern in the description. I've already joined the 2 pattern pieces together and made a template with them, so I started off by tracing the shape and marking the hole placements. The pattern has 2 options to place the strap holes. The centered pair feels a bit lopsided when the strap is wrapped around, so I use the off-centered holes instead. They keep the 2 strap layers more centered when wrapped as a pair. For this project, I'm using our Caribbean blue buffalo leather and lining it with the vibrant turquoise pigskin. This should be a striking combination of colors as well as textures. The buffalo has some nice pull-up, and the suede has that signature pigskin dimples. Today's project is a pretty simple one, but there is a cool sewing trick that I'll demonstrate, so stay tuned for that if you like detailed stitching and clever construction. After cutting out all the pieces from the main leather, I moved on to lining the 19-inch strap. I used Fiebing's Leathercraft cement for a quick and easy glue up, since I only have to glue one side. This is kind of a shortcut, but I'll put a little bit more effort into the next 2 glue ups. Once the glue dried, I trimmed the pigskin flush with the rotary cutter, which works really well, no sanding needed. I used the 3/4 inch English point punch on both ends of the strap and punched out the holes using the guidelines I made from the template. Then I scored a stitch line 1/8 of an inch from the edge using a wing divider. I see a lot of people skip this, especially when using an edge guide on their sewing machine, but edge guides, while great for straight runs, become way less reliable around curves like this English point. You're left to just kind of eyeball the placement of those stitches, which is one of those details that can really make your work look more crafty and less premium. The next piece up was the keeper, which is a 1/2 inch strip of leather about 2 inches long. I didn't pattern this piece because its length can vary depending on the thickness of your leather and whether or not you lined it, and so on. I did decide to line it, so I glued the 2 layers, found the length that fits snugly around 2 layers of the strap, and trimmed to length. You want this to be a snug fit because the friction here is what will keep the wrap closed. To finish this piece, I sewed around the perimeter and hand stitched the ends together to form the loop. Over to the handy press where I riveted the strap and loop to the body piece. I used 7mm double cap rivets. With those installed, it's time to add the large lining piece, which hides the rivet backs. This glue up needs to be a bit stronger than the first one I did, since there will be a section in the middle without stitching. So for a more permanent bond, I used S18 contact cement. I coated both sides, let them get tacky, and pressed them together firmly with the roller. I trimmed the sides flush, just like I did with the strap, which is one of my favorite parts of this project. Then I used my 1/2 inch radius corner punch to round all 4 corners before pulling my template back out. I needed to mark some start and end points for that sewing trick I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And here's what makes it a little bit tricky. I essentially want to make 3 seams look like one impossible seam. I want the flap to have a clean perimeter stitch all the way around, but I also want it to be sewn in a folded over position with the top edge left open to create a pocket. This means this top edge has to be sewn separately so it's not connected to this piece of leather like the side seams will be. The goal is to make it look like one continuous seam, even though it takes 3 sewing passes. And I'm hoping this looks better than my first prototype where I tried to sew over the exact same holes twice, which was tricky to line up, and the slightest shift made the whole thing look pretty terrible. So starting off with seam 1, which is the easiest. I sewed from one guide mark to the other with no backstitching. I just left enough length of the thread tails to pull both on the outside of the pouch, which will help the inside look more seamless. After doing that on both sides, I could glue and fold over those flaps using the guidelines on the pattern. Seams 2 and 3 do get progressively harder than the first one. Seam 2 will start where seam 1 ended, and I'll immediately backstitch twice to lock in both seams. I'm doing this all by hand turning the wheel because again, I want to nail these small details. After that, I can step on the power and sew to the bottom. And now is a good time to mention that I'm using Tech 70 thread and a twist point needle. The slightly smaller thread will minimize the bulk in the back stitching areas, and the twist point needle creates these lovely slanted stitches. Seam 3 is the hardest because I had to start at the bottom and sew towards the connecting point. This means I could potentially fall short of that last stitch, which wouldn't be ideal, but I just had to hope for the best, and it worked out really well. After I finished sewing, I pulled the thread tails at the connecting point to the outside and finished them with the thread burner. I repeated that on the other side, did some light touch-up sanding, and that completed the project. I'm really pleased with the way this project turned out, and this impossible seam is something I could see being really useful in other projects as well. And a side note before we end this video, it's important to know that if you're traveling with watches with metal bracelets, you can make a little leather insert to prevent the bracelet from scratching itself. To do this, just clasp the watch, lay it flat measuring how long the insert needs to be, stack and sew some 2-inch wide leather strips to that length, and there you go. So now you can safely travel with your favorite watches, pins, pocket knives, and other accessories. Download the free pattern using the link in the description, and while you're down there, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.